Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a wild ride from the noble, pristine heights of the Clover Kingdom straight down into the absolutely terrifying depths of underworld devil contracts. We're going to unpack the incredible evolution of magic and power structures within this universe, moving from sanctioned military squads all the way to the forbidden, chaotic forces that literally threaten to tear the world apart. Here is our roadmap for today. First, the Magic Knight squads. Second, the Black Bull squad. Third, what is forbidden magic? Fourth, the Dark Triad threat. Fifth, devil contracts explained. And finally, number 6, Asta's equal devil union. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The Magic Knight squads, protectors of the Clover Kingdom. We start in the light, right? These are the 9 elite, official military guilds assigned to safeguard the citizens from any kind of threat, domestic or foreign. Now, there is a vast range in prestige and power among these groups. You've got lower-ranked squads like the Purple Orcas, going all the way up to aristocratic powerhouses like the Silver Eagles. At the very top, historically, sits the Grey Deer, back when Julius Novachrono led them, and, of course, the Golden Dawn. The whole system is incredibly stratified and, honestly, mostly filled with nobles, but there's one glaring anomaly sitting right near the top of the ranks. Section 2. The Black Bull Squad. The notorious underdogs. This is the one incredibly unique squad that just completely throws normal magical conventions and societal rules out the window. If the Golden Dawn is the elite perfection of the kingdom, the Black Bulls are its chaotic, messy, but fiercely loyal underbelly. What's truly wild about this group is just how unorthodox they are. Commanded by the foreigner captain Yami Sukahiro, they're a band of absolute misfits. We're talking peasants, commoners, and disgraced nobles. Their headquarters literally shifts its layout daily and can turn into a giant mech. Plus, because they operate near the Spade Kingdom border investigating devil activity, they are the absolute only squad in the kingdom to actually include devils in the ranks. So, get this. Before Asta even showed up, their infamous habit of, well, massive property damage and rogue behavior earned them a deeply negative star count from the Wizard King. They sat dead last with negative 31 stars. It wasn't until Asta joined and they started piling up mission successes that they finally cleared this deficit, ultimately shooting up to become the second highest ranking squad, nearly beating out the Golden Dawn. Section 3. What is forbidden magic? A descent into the dark. Let's leave the sanctioned, safe kingdom magic behind for a second and ask, what exactly is forbidden magic? Because as threats against the Clover Kingdom escalate, that neat and tidy elemental magic of the upper class simply isn't cutting it anymore. We're not just talking about a stronger class of spells here. This is a fundamental manipulation of negative mana from a completely different dimension. Mages who use this are put into the arcane stage because their abilities literally defy natural conventions. They are directly tapping into the underworld itself. The side effects and capabilities of this magic just shatter the rules of combat. Like normal healing can't restore a lost limb, right? But forbidden magic, it can regenerate an entire upper body. It makes curses almost unbreakable. But the cost is devastating. It permanently rewrites the user's soul. Elves turn into corrupted dark elves, and humans who abuse it literally sprout demonic black horns called weg, slowly losing their humanity entirely. It's a literal deal with the devil. Section 4, the Dark Triad threat, rulers of the Spade Kingdom. Now, this terrifying underworld power isn't just theoretical. It is currently masterminded and weaponized by the usurpers of the Spade Kingdom, the Dark Triad. The Zogratis siblings are absolute nightmares because they pair their own physical magic with the supreme elemental powers of the highest-ranking devils. Dante endlessly regenerates using body magic while throwing around the devil Lucifero's crushing gravity magic. Vanica pairs her blood magic with Megicula's curse-warding magic. And Xenon combines bone magic with Beelzebub's spatial magic, making him easily the strongest spatial mage in the series. By acting as devil hosts, they are manifesting massive percentages of these devil's powers directly into the human world. But here is the kicker. They aren't just looking for regional conquest. They want to literally bring hell to Earth. Their ultimate goal is to recreate the Tree of Qliphoth. Think of this as a massive magic channel that will unlock the strata of the underworld, allowing supreme devils to pour into the surface world so the Triad can use 100% of their power. And to do this, they specifically need World Tree magic and dark magic, which is exactly why they target and capture Captains William Vanjance and Yami Sukahiro. Section 5. Devil Contracts Explained. The Binding Ritual. To stop this apocalyptic threat, the Clover Kingdom needs an ultimate weapon. Enter Vice Captain Noct of the Black Bulls, who steps up to teach Asta how to fight fire with fire using forbidden devil contracts. To truly command this kind of power, Asta has to undergo the forbidden devil binding ritual. It's a brutal 3-step process. First, use a physical relic to summon the devil into the real world. Second, engage in all-out physical combat to forcefully make the devil submit. And finally, form a binding contract to actually control the devil's power. Now, there is a massive divide in how these contracts can be executed. A master-servant contract, which is what Noct uses, guarantees absolute control. The human dominates the devil's will, making a devil union relatively easy to pull off. An equal contract, however, is a totally different ballgame. Devils are inherently malicious, so the idea of recognizing a human as an equal is virtually unheard of. It offers zero guarantees of obedience and requires perfect mutual synergy to work. Section 6. Asta's Equal Devil Union. Breaking the Rules. Which brings us to the climax of our descent, Asta and his devil Lieb's unprecedented equal devil union. Together, they just completely break the established rules of magic and subjugation. Because Asta and Liebe are two underdogs who genuinely respect each other, both were born entirely without magic, their union isn't based on force at all. When they achieve this equal devil union, the physical transformation is just staggering. Asta gains Liebe's demonic traits, large wings, a pointed tail, those creepy eye slits. And as their synchronization deepens into a true devil union, Asta actually manifests up to 5 horns. This equal contribution gives Asta an overwhelming, synchronized anti-magic output that puts him right on the level of the Supreme Devils. And the ritual mechanics, totally different for them. Unlike Noct, who needs external talismans to summon his middle-ranked devils, Asta doesn't need them. Actually, because Liebe was already sealed inside Asta's 5-leaf grimoire, and because Asta previously sacrificed his right arm for power, Asta himself and his grimoire are the relics. This deeply entrenched physical and magical connection puts the host and the devil on completely equal footing. But, and this is a massive life or death catch, because the anti-magic output is so immensely taxing on a human body, and because an equal contract requires such intense, active synchronization to maintain, Asta can only hold this full-body devil union form for exactly 5 minutes. However, Asta is quite the tactician in his own right. He can cleverly stretch this time limit to 10 minutes by using a partial percentage of the union. By focusing and condensing the anti-magic into a single point, like just his arm, rather than coating his entire body, he manages his energy output. It's a brilliant workaround for sure, but it's still a razor-thin window for victory when you're facing down immortals. So, as we wrap up this explainer, you really have to ask yourself, is a 5 to 10 minute equal contract based purely on mutual respect enough to stop the absolute dark power of the underworld? The Black Bulls went from the absolute bottom of the Clover Kingdom to standing as the literal last line of defense against hell itself. What you should take away from all this is that in a world completely defined by magical hierarchy and supreme malice, the ultimate weapon just might be 2 magicless underdogs fighting as equals. Keep that in mind next time you dive into the lore of the Spade Kingdom raid.